Time to go shred. So I'm riding a 10-foot board here, and if you don't know, it's a longboard. That's a big board. It's a typical size for longboards, anything over like 8.5 feet, and I don't know, up to like 9.2 is pretty standard. But once you get over that, you're riding a big board. This board in particular, I like to call it the Dragon. Call that because the paddle out on this thing is brutal. If you can make it past the waves, you're slaying the dragon. And it was cold today. But yeah, this paddle out was a menace. It took me like 7 minutes. The wave period was something like 12 seconds. So about every 12 seconds another wave is there to hit you. And if you're not able to push past that and just paddle your ass off to get through that next wave, it becomes a huge chore. And as you can see here, I'm just popping through these waves trying to make it out. Luckily, some of the times, if you make it over just before the wave breaks, you still got clear water. But if you take too long, like as you see here, it's very bubbly, and the bubbles make it hard to paddle through, just because you're not really able to grab as much. And on a big board like this, you kind of get stuck in place. So the trick that I'm kind of trying to do is, as I get through a wave, I sit back on the board, so that way the board gets vertical and it kind of plants me where I am in the water, and then I lean forward again and just paddle my ass off. Yeah, there was a point there where I had to give up on the paddle out and pause the video for a second, but got right back to it. Like I said, if you're not hustling, you're not going to make it out. So here it is. So if you want to skip the rest of the paddle out, just go ahead and push up to about 7 minutes, 20 seconds. But otherwise, you're going to see me dreading this pushing out, just trying to make it past the break. Also, the reason that I'm breathing so heavy here is because I'm wearing a mouth mount GoPro. So pretty much I've got like a mouth guard, and there's a small hole in it, and so breathing out with my mouth just makes it extra loud on the GoPro. And yeah, I'm hustling to get through. Right now the camera's blocked, but after this wave it's gonna get pushed out of the way. And here's my chance. Here's where I don't see another wave, so it's time to hustle. I gotta get past this wave, otherwise I'm gonna get stuck in place. These bubbles are just a menace right now. They kind of hold your board under. It just makes it so hard to stay on top of the surface. Oh, just pushing through. Luckily, I've kind of figured out how to duck dive on this board. And I say that with pretty much quotations. The short board's way easier to duck dive. On this board, sometimes you can push through, but oftentimes you're not trying to let go of the board, and so you need to hold on. But yeah, maybe you could tell I'm the only person out on the water right now. The entire shore to myself, and it is gorgeous. Look at how smooth it is. And I was hustling. I was so dead. Just needed to chill. Finally made it out. Once you make it out, you catch your breath and you start getting ready for what's next. think the water was about 57 degrees. So I'm wearing a wetsuit, 3 millimeters on the body, um, and 2 millimeters on your arms and on your legs. But yeah, you gotta wear booties in weather temperatures like this, just because you're gonna get so cold when you're staying still. So here's the first wave that I got. That was fun to record. It's coming over this little peak right here. I see it, and it's just time to go. You gotta paddle your ass off. Nice little closeout. Let the lip come and smash me. I feel like waves like this are just super fun. On this big board, it's pretty hard to, essentially what you're trying to do is pull in under that curl and get barreled. It's pretty hard to steer this board, so you have to put a lot of energy into moving it around. You have to be feet in the perfect position. Missed this chance right here, but it's okay, we have plenty more. So here comes the next wave. Like I said earlier, every 12 seconds, waves are coming out. All right, we're switching up. Getting in position, pull the board under me, start paddling. Look at how glassy the water is. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, man, this was a fun day. It was just me enjoying the beach. And look at how bubbly it is. You get washed. And when I'm saying washed, it's put through the washing machine. Essentially, if you get knocked over, you eat it off the wave, you are basically going for a tumble. You're going on the tumble cycle in the washing machine. So that's what I'm saying when I tell you that I'm getting washed.
Super heavy, you get all these bubbles. It's an aerated water, and when there's a lot of bubbles on the surface and you're trapped under, you're trying to come up for air, you can't really pull yourself to the top of the water because you're going through bubbles. And that's the dangerous part. You get stuck just on the surface below the bubbles. You're not gonna be able to get air, so you pretty much have to thrash your way through the surface of the bubbles, make it to the top. Today it's manageable. It's a little heavier than I'm used to for Torrey Pines, but it's not like a big day, or an unmanageable day, I should say. It's pretty size. There's a couple of head highways. The board's all slippery now. The wax kind of wore off from me sliding around. Might not be cold enough wax, but that's okay. Probably only got like 30 more minutes of sunlight or so. Towards this time I get kind of eked out about sharks. Damn, that would have been a good one. See that? Right where the white is cresting is where you want to be on the shoulder. And I was in a good position. A little tired from that earlier wave smashing me. This is a fun day. So chill. But yeah, once it starts to get, say, dusk, there's a shark nursery over there. And we saw someone who was telling us about great white sharks, like while we're in the water. They're like, oh yeah, we saw a great white shark, like maybe 100 yards offshore. So I try not to be by myself too late, too far offshore. And kind of pushed over towards the cliffs though. And that V over there that you see, that's where it's at. Looks like it's time to get ready for some waves. Wow. That'd be sweet. Is this my shot? Oh, not quite. Well, let's see. Once the sun starts getting lower, it doesn't hurt your eyes as much from the side, but Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude, I almost got that would have gone right on my head. I was chilling though, that was pretty peaceful. That wave kind of surprised me.
Just gonna take this one all the way to shore. That was a good session. That was fun. Last wave. Just ready to be done. Get out of this shark water. Unfortunately, no shred magic today.